Learning theories can be used to aid in the academic success of a classroom and may also aid in the behavior modification. First, we must understand what a theory is. A theory is an idea or thought that is generally supported by experiences, evidence, research, observation, etc. The first theory, behaviorism, is where a stimulus evokes a response. Skinner and Thorndike have two different theories of behaviorism. Thorndike believes a reward should be given every time a behavior happens. This is to ensure the behavior happens again. However, if we take the reward away, will the behavior stop? On the other hand, Skinner's law of effects says the student should be caught doing good instead of being rewarded every time. By doing this, we are able to know that the learner is actually learning to act well instead of doing it just to get their treat or reward. An example of this would be potty training. When teaching toddlers to potty train, you can reward them with their treat for going potty, so to say, and if they don't go potty, they don't get the treat. Next, we have problem solving. Problem solving is an active process that the student does with the guide of a teacher. We must know and understand that knowledge is acquired. It is not something that can just be told to us. Instead, we must understand, and that's where problem solving comes into effect. We must allow the students to learn on their own in order to ensure they're able to problem solve. The next theory we will look into is constructivism. This is where learners are actually actively engaged in their learning by playing. Jean Piaget used this on his own children, and he said that playing is how children discover new things and learn by using their prior knowledge. Again, by playing, students are able to problem solve on their own. An example of actively engaging constructivism would be putting students together and acting out a story instead of just reading the story aloud. Since constructivism is mainly done in groups, we get brought to the next point of social aspects of learning. Learning is not a solo process. Constructivism works the best when we group students together because much of what we learn from others. Students are able to use their own and their peers' past experiences and thoughts or ideas in order to learn. In connection with the EFRT 460, our social aspects of learning comes from our society. The value norms and other aspects of learning may be different of our own compared to another culture. Probably one of the most important things is the transfer of learning. Yes, we learn this information in every class, but do we actually remember it and know how to use it in everyday life? Do we have a great connection between a map and the way disciplines can be used? A map is to guide us through our journey, whereas discipline or the subjects are used to guide us. But we still have our very own journey to go through. We have to use the information we learned in the past from our experiences or from our own learning and apply it to different aspects of our life. That's what the transfer of learning actually is. Having the ability to problem solve and the wanting and needing to learn can aid in this process. Again, it's important to remember that knowledge is acquired. It's not something that can just be told to us. We must be able to understand before we can apply it to our everyday lives. A couple of examples of transfer of learning would be learning to drive a car would help you later prepare to learn how to drive a truck. Another example would be learning to get along with your siblings younger in life, which would prepare you to get along with others in the real world every day. It is important to remember that one theory may not always have success in the classroom. However, you may use a combination of theories to aid in the success of the classroom. It is also important to remember that we can intertwine or connect all the different theories. For example, problem solving may be used in constructivism, and we can also connect social aspects of learning with our constructivism and behaviorism because we are able to learn from not only our peers, but we can learn from teachers, community members, friends, family, etc. And we are able to connect all of our learning theories and be able to transfer our learning to our future aspects of our world and use it in everyday life. It is also important that we keep in mind the different ethnicities and backgrounds of other cultures because they may have different household expectations which could affect the behaviorism that they use. Their social aspects, as I said before, are different because they learn from different people and they have different norms and values. and the problem solving may be different from our own. I also believe it is important in constructivism or any of the behavior or any of the theories that is important to include different backgrounds. For example, in constructivism, if you took a story, you could have a different culture in the story in order for them to gain new ideas in another culture other than their own.